Another alternative that you have when you're writing constructors is you can use default parameters. Now, a default parameter is something that's provided in the prototype of a function as a default value for your parameters, and then when the programmer calls the function, if they don't pass in parameters, the default values will be used. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe combine these two together into one function. Okay, so, and it's going to look like this. So in my prototype, and make sure it's in the prototype only, you can put these default values, and in this case I'll put 1. 1 will work, but these are doubles, so I think I'm just going to put 1.1. That's going to look a little bit better. Okay. So now I'm going to look at my constructor functions, and I really don't need this one anymore, because this is the one that's going to get called. The user can pass it no parameters, and it'll use the 1 and the 1. It could pass it 2 parameters, and it'll use both parameters. Or we'll see, if it passes 1 parameter, it'll use that for the length, and the width will default to 1. So let me show you what it looks like. We could say box, right? That should use both parameters, the 1 and 1. Box 1, this will use 5 as the length, and it'll use the default value for the second parameter, which is the width. And if you use default parameters, the rightmost one will use the default. So if the user passes in 1, it'll pass the 1 into length, and it'll let the width default. And in the third example, the user passes in the 5 and 6, so it doesn't use any of the default values. So let me run this, and you'll see here's the first one's using all the defaults, the second one is using 5 and uses 1 as the default width, and the last one's using 5 and 6. Okay. It's just an alternative that you have when you're writing constructors, is you can use default parameters if you wish to, and please keep in mind that the default values only go in the prototype. This can get a little crazy. Technically, you don't need a variable name, so you could just say equals 1 right here, or you could just say, equals 1 right here. I guess there's a lot of stuff you can do. Let's not make it too complicated yet. Okay?